Taylor Sheridan went to NBC. They left Paramount for NBC. That seems like a big deal. What happened there? Do you
Yeah,
know?
it's a huge deal. So he will leave immediately from a film perspective, and he will stick around TV through 2028. So in 2029, he'll be fully over at Universal for both film and TV projects. Do I think he's going to make a bunch of new shows for Paramount? No, I just think he'll probably continue the 9 million Yellowstones and the spinoffs that he has there. Just keep those plates spinning. In terms of what happened,
NBC, like, or Universal, like, you think Yellowstone will go to Universal?
oh,
They'll
no,
stay
I
at
mean at
Paramount.
Paramount.
Oh,
I
okay.
think that's all he'll do for the next 2-3 years, 2.5 years, is just service the
Right.
content he has, or maybe he's got some stuff in pre-production or the earliest stages of development that'll see through. But I don't think there's much of an incentive for him to continue, at the pace that he's been doing
Right.
for Paramount. In terms of what happened, you know, it there seems to be a clash between creatives and David Ellison, the owner of Skydance, who effectively bought Paramount. And I think that was sort of magnified in Taylor's case. I think you guys probably know Chris McCarthy. Do you know
Yeah.
him, right?
Yeah.
He was he did the Teen Mom. He was the MTV president or whatever until recently. One of the 3 co-CEOs of Paramount, and so Chris was Taylor's guy. Chris gave him everything he wanted: budgets, locations, just whatever, you name it. You made Yellowstone, have at it, for over and over and over again. But now that's not the regime that's in charge of Paramount, and the regime that's in charge, David Ellison and his group, they're a lot more cost conscious. Probably
Mm,
should be, by the way. I'm not just painting them to be the bad guy. They're probably right about that. Especially if they're going to buy Warner Brothers Discovery.
Yeah.
They need the
right.
money. They need to
Yeah.
save some money somewhere. Well, yeah. So I think primarily that's what it was. I think, yes, there are probably some creative differences, but I think those creative differences ultimately came down to things like budgets.
Mm,
Like, I don't think he was
yeah.
going to continue getting the budgets that he wanted and just getting a yes at every turn. Taylor's a strange guy. I mean, he wants to do things his own way. He wants to do everything on his own ranch and all that other
Right.
stuff. So it is a huge loss. Absolutely no denying that. But it's also a gigantic amount of money off the books, and you're shifting it onto a competitor, NBCU. And so, listen, if he makes 3 Yellowstones, like to that level of hit, I mean, for NBCU, then great, then it's worthwhile. But if he doesn't, if he makes a couple of Lionesses and maybe Landman and the other ones that he's made that aren't huge hits, then I don't know. I don't know that NBC is the big winner in this and Paramount's the big loser. I actually think it might end up the other way around,
Yeah,
because
that's interesting.
we see these giant overall deals and we see them less and less now because look at Brian Murphy's, look at All's Fair, that new Kim Kardashian show. That's not
I just
American Horror Story, right? Like,
Yeah.
so
the reviews on that are so funny. Have you
they're historically incredible. They're so
They're
bad.
just
Yeah.
like, this is the worst show ever. Like, this ranks as 0. I mean, the headlines are so funny.
Yeah. I think everybody gets a kick out of kicking that show while it's down. But yeah, but the point is, like, for every massive hit you have, there's going to be 5 that maybe they're not duds, but they're not going to replicate, what you replicated before. Even look at Ryan Murphy's Monster series, right? Like the Menendez brothers, humongous.
Yeah.
Ed Gein,
Yeah.
nothing.
Oh my
Nobody.
gosh,
Nobody
that one's
watched it.
creepy though. Did you
Yeah.
watch it?
No, I can't. I can't
It-
watch stuff that's like that.
I mean, I love true crime, so I was like, oh, I love this other work that they did. And my husband and I were watching it. We're like, whoa, this is like really creepy. And Charlie, what's his name? He is,
Hunnam.
oh my gosh, he's very good, but he's creepy McCreepy. Like, it's not enjoyable kind of creepy. It's almost like it's super cringy creepy. It's
Yeah,
not easy. I think we switched.
I have like a distinction in my brain that I can't even really explain between true crime and horror. And I don't mean just like jump scare horror. I just mean like really grotesque true
Yeah.
crime depictions